You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. Dwell on the beauty of life. Watch the stars and see yourself running with them. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul. Whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question: what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize? Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. Reject your sense of injury, and the injury itself disappears. Because most of what we say and do is not essential, ask yourself at every moment, is this necessary? Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. The first rule is to keep an untroubled spirit. The second is to look things in the face and know them for what they are. Do not act as if you are going to live 10,000 years. Death hangs over you while you live. While it is in your power, be good. Do every act of your life as though it were the very last act of your life. To begin is half the work, let half still remain. Again begin this, and thou wilt have finished. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. What we do now echoes in eternity. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. To the wise, life is a problem. To the fool, a solution. Look back over the past with its changing empires that rose and fell, and you can foresee the future too. A man's worth is no greater than his ambitions. It's silly to try to escape other people's faults. They are inescapable. Just try to escape on your own. Take a good hard look at people's ruling principle, especially of the wise, what they run away from and what they seek out. Look within. Within is the fountain of good, and it will ever bubble up if thou wilt ever dig. To live a good life, we have the potential for it if we learn to be indifferent to what makes no difference. You're better off not giving the small things more time than they deserve. The universe is changing. Our life is what our thoughts make it. He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe. The memory of everything is very soon overwhelmed in time. Look well into thyself. There is a source of strength which will always spring up if thou wilt always look. The objective of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane. The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing. Everything that happens, happens as it should, and if you observe carefully, you will find this to be so. Nothing happens to any man that he is not formed by nature to bear. Think of yourself as dead. You have lived your life. Now take what's left and live it properly. Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight. You don't have to turn this into something. It doesn't have to upset you. You shouldn't give circumstances the power to rouse anger, for they don't care at all. Remember that very little is needed to make a happy life. Just that you do the right thing. The rest doesn't matter.